that someone was going to, like, want to kill me. And I took a photo in it, and the next day it was on Breitbart.com. And so that kind of created this journey, and then me really deciding I want to create real music and maybe leave behind a lot of the baggage of the Pussycat Dolls and definitely the EDM sound and all of that. We can always remix stuff and make that stuff fun, but to go back to my roots of being a, classical violinist first, and even though I don't play anymore, that's my first house. That's my first wheelhouse with that.
Right. So, and so speaking of music, your new video, What the Heart Don't Know, and I listened to it last night finally, and a beautiful song in and of itself, right?
Thank you.
Very, very nice. But when you watch the video, if it doesn't pull your heartstrings, there's something seriously wrong with you. I feel a little emotional right now because it's you as playing the wife, right? And as you're watching your husband pack, he's a soldier and he's packing to go off for tour of duty, and that really struck me as hard. And then as you get through the video, and all of a sudden you've got the boxed up flag, the folded flag, and you realize what happened. I'm feeling it right now, actually. You look at me, Ed. I'm a mess. See, it's, who says I don't have feelings? I do. and it is really an incredible video. Was that your idea, or did somebody come up with that for you?
No, that was 100% me.
Oh, my gosh. Well, God bless you. Work. Yeah, that is, and I'm going to tell people, if you have not seen the video, please go see the video, What the Heart Don't Know, and it's Kaya Jones, because...
And there's a link at the Drift.
I'm going to put the whole video YouTube link right on there. I'm going to do that in the morning. I was going to put it today, but I figured I'd do it after the show, so that way it's fresh.
There will be a link at the Drift.
There will be a link at the Drift. But yes, you did a fantastic job on that, and all I can say is thank you, because you know what? More people in this country, especially our entertainers, because you guys you've got 100,000 followers on Twitter alone. Right? So you speak to 100,000 people every day with just one tweet. And so people need to understand that if we had more celebrities come out and show that they are conservative, it would literally help fight that brainwashing that our children get. I mean, they look to you, as a role model. And so when we've got celebrities like you coming out and doing what you're doing, it really is so helpful to the culture and to the country to do that,
Thank you. Yeah,
no, thank you.
I wish that more could, because, that's the thing is that, even with sports right now, with what's going on with Kaepernick, I mean, we definitely need more positive reinforcements with what's going on in the state of affairs with the nation. Take away your feelings on the president. The nation is going through, this heavy division, and that didn't start with him. At all. I mean, I don't know how everyone thinks that started with him. That was brewing for a long time, and I think the only one that could have done it is a minority leader, and we had a minority leader in the House, and he refused to do it. And so, we need a lot of uniting, and it is unfortunate there's not more artists saying that they're, supporting our military and our servicemen and women, our police officers. That's why for me with the video, it was my way of saying, I support you guys 100%. I've gone over and done stuff in Iraq for the military during Project Iraqi Freedom in 2009. And, we did like 20 shows in 10 days. We're supposed to do 24 shows in 12 days, but we got severely rocket attacked on one of the bases for a good 30 hours of just fun. And I came back home and just started doing more stuff with our military. So my grandfather's buried in Arlington. So it's not only just how I feel about the military, but also my family and my friends, and I think more people need to support them.
Yeah, and I would say, almost probably every family in the country probably has at least a grandfather or great-grandfather who served at some point for this country, I would hope.
Right. Kidding? My whole family, my nieces, nephews, dads, uncles, me.
So people need to kind of just think back a little bit about what your family itself has done for the country, serving in the military. And because you know what, what's that old saying? You thank a teacher if you can speak and read and write. Thank the military that we're speaking, reading, and writing in English, right? Because if it weren't for these guys, we'd all be wearing jackboots and saluting a swastika, right?
Oh, people don't really understand. I don't think they do, and that's the thing is I encourage artists all the time, like, to go and visit, and perform for the troops in the military, or go and visit the VA hospital, or do some philanthropy work with either the military and or police officers or anything that you can to help your community. But you get a good understanding with the military and what they do when you can come to their wheelhouse, and being able to go over there, they can't really tell you what they do. And so because I got to go into their office, so to speak, they were so awesome in showing me what they did, and such pride in showing someone what they do. And you start to understand the magnitude of, something being built versus something being destroyed. And I think people really don't understand that connotation. When I came back from Iraq, there's a building in front of my building that was being built. And my boyfriend at the time was complaining like he couldn't sleep, and I had slept through it. And I said, well, there's something being built, and he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I slept through it because there's something being built. It's a very different sound than something being destroyed. And what's happening in our nation right now is a lot of destruction. And I don't think they understand real destruction.
Right.
If they did, if they understood what war is, or what our military families go through, the spouses, the girlfriends, the children, I think they'd have some regard if they went to Arlington and saw, the 400,000 graves that are there, and the 28 funerals that happen per week. They may have a better understanding of the magnitude of what's going on. And right now they're creating a war, but they don't understand what real war is. And by the time that they do, it's too late for them to get it. They're going to have to see it in their own backyard, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's my concern, is we're getting to this place of we're going to have something really serious happen here. And I think a lot of people need to, pull up some footage of 9/11 and take a good look. I was, 14 or 15 when it happened, and, just watching people decide whether or not they were going to jump or they were going to burn to their death is a moment for me that you cannot forget if you were, old enough to remember it. And I think more people need to see that, because that was the first time we had really been hit in a very hard way in this country, and that shifted the way we felt about a lot of things. And so when people talk about it being racism and all of that, or, you're a homophobe or Islamophobe or any of those things, that, they were Islamic terrorists that did what they did that day, and that shifted the way we felt about hijabs and everything in that notion. It did. And so to say that it didn't affect us is just lunacy.
Yeah,
I would like to be aware of what war is and what that caused the nation to go through is crazy, because they're creating like wars over statues when there's human trafficking, and there's a real war going on right now over a loud mic. The president just announced, 4,000 troops being deployed and all of this, and that's serious.
Yeah, and that is the crazy thing. And I would love to see the mainstream media every 9/11 in September replay the hour show, of what happened that day, because exactly right. I too remember watching people making that decision to jump, 100 stories to their death as opposed to burning to death, thinking what went through your mind. And yet here we are.
A case of workplace violence.
16 years later, right?
Yeah.
And people, we have more Islamic terrorism coming to our shores. We have more people who believe in Sharia law and hate our way of life coming to this country. Yeah. And people like Speaker Ryan and Mitch McConnell are not following what we, the people, voted for. Stop immigration. Just stop it for a while anyways,
Yeah.
So Kai, can you stay through the next...
I would love to stay. Can I stay?
Yes, we'd love to have you stay.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so we'll put you on hold. We're going to go into a hard break. We're going to play your song, and we'll catch you on the other side.
Cool.
Okay, stay tuned.
Well, it's easy come and it's easy go, but the heart can't want what the heart don't know. No, the heart can't want what the heart don't know. And I feel I'm on the outside, looking in from these places that I run and hide.
People are always always on the move, driving to work, hauling the kids to practice. How do they keep up to date? They listen to Wham Talk 1600 just like you. If you're a business owner, your message can reach these people wherever their travels take them. People tune to Wham Radio for intelligent conversation with hosts like Joe Pags, Glenn Beck, Tyrone X, and Dana Lesh. And they'll stay tuned for your message as well. Call 734-971-1600 today and advertise your business on Wham Talk 1600 and whamradio.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Harvey hovering over the southeast coast of Texas, dumping rain which could reach historic levels.
We have the severe threat ongoing through tonight for tornadic activity.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean says one forecast sees the storm
Tuesday coming back into the Gulf of Mexico and then perhaps making a second landfall around Galveston. So that's why this is almost unprecedented. Meteorologically, we haven't seen something like this.
President Trump calling for unity, thanking our troops and veterans in his weekly address.
Every person who puts on the uniform makes our nation proud.
But Democrats in their address calling the president divisive. Connecticut Congressman Jim Himes saying the president delivers nothing but paints a dark picture of the future. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It's time for This American Voice with Tyrone, brought to you by A&H Lawn Service. Now here's Tyrone.
How many of you know that Woodrow Wilson was not only a supporter of the Ku Klux Klan, but breathed new life into it? That Franklin Delano Roosevelt not only employed fascism in his New Deal program, but was praised by Mussolini as a brother fascist? Or that John F. Kennedy was an ardent admirer of Adolf Hitler and praised him right up to 1945? How many of you know those facts? The Democrat Party was and still is the home of fascism. The media and public schools they control flip that narrative. They paint conservatives by name-calling, call us Nazi or fascist. But the truth is they are the real totalitarian fascists in America. Democrats are the party of Leviathan, soul-crushing and controlling huge government. And the Democrats still employ the time-honored black shirt, brown shirt thuggery in the streets to further their cause, not to mention deny the results of an open and honest election result. Racist and fascist groups with names like Occupy, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, cropped up and were given free rein in the streets for the past 8 years. If you want to make a real difference, don't tear down statues of Democrats of the past. Tear down the Democrat Party. Resist them.
A&H Lawn Service in Saline serves all of Southeast Michigan. They've been offering professional lawn maintenance since 1991, including landscape construction, lawn and landscape maintenance, irrigation systems, winterizing, and snow removal. Let A&H Lawn Service help your business with landscaping solutions for today and tomorrow. They have the professional experience you can count on. Call 734-429-5778 and see how their business can help your business, or visit ahlawn.care.com.
Your bridge to recovery and wellness is WellBridge. WellBridge is redefining the rehabilitation and nursing care experience with the most amazing resort-like care facilities you've ever seen. Their driving goal is to provide each guest with an epic experience. And in their pursuit of excellence, WellBridge asks each guest to complete a customer satisfaction survey after their stay. To date, they've earned a satisfaction rate of 100%. Here are some of the comments received. This is my home away from home. This place is outstanding and everyone is super kind. I am beyond pleased with all the care I received. The staff is so passionate for what they do and it shows. This was my mother's third stay here and she always loves it. I've referred this place to many already. My stay has been fantastic. For rehabilitation and nursing care, ask for something epic. Ask for WellBridge in Brighton, Fenton, Novi, and Pinckney. Now looking for talented nurses and certified nurse assistants to join their growing team. Learn more at thewellbridgegroup.com. WellBridge, your bridge to recovery and wellness starts here.
It's been 5 years since we met Kelly Brighton, just before her weight loss surgery.
I was almost 300 pounds. Because of the Michigan Bariatric Institute, I've lost the weight. I now have the tools to keep it off. I am a better mom, I am a better wife, and I'm just a better Kelly Brighton, I think.
Begin your journey. Try a free monthly educational seminar at St. Joe's Livingston. Visit stjoe'shealth.org/MBI to learn more.
Stops, ain't nobody knows. And they say
And welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to Catch Our Drift. Joining me in the studio, Ed Bonderenka.
Hey there.
Okay, and if you're